My beloved child, I need your full attention right now. What I am about to share with you is not a fleeting word or a passing thought. It is a truth so profound that it will reshape the way you see your life, your purpose, and even the struggles that weigh upon your heart. I'm not speaking to you from a distant throne or a far-off heaven. No, I'm speaking from within you, closer than the air you breathe, deeper than the thoughts that dance in your mind, and more permanent than the steady rhythm of your heartbeat. I live in you, my child. Yes, within you. My spirit fills your very being, moving through every part of who you are, guiding you, strengthening you, and loving you with a love that knows no end. This is not just another message to hear and forget. This is a call to awaken something deep within your soul, something that has been waiting to rise and embrace the fullness of who I created you to be. Have you ever felt as though your life is a puzzle with missing pieces? Have you wondered why you are here or what meaning lies behind the trials you face? I am the answer, my child. I'm not outside of you, watching from afar. I am woven into the fabric of your existence, a presence so intimate that you cannot escape me, nor would I ever desire you to. My spirit is not a visitor who comes and goes. It is a constant reality, an eternal promise I made to you before the world began. Listen closely, for every word I speak is for you. I see the moments when you feel lost, when the noise of the world drowns out your hope, and when you question if anyone truly cares. I do, my child. I see every tear that falls from your eyes, every joy that lights up your face, and every uncertainty that clouds your mind. And I am not merely observing. I am with you, within you, working through every pain, every doubt, and every dream. I am shaping your struggles into something beautiful, something that reflects my glory and my love for you. This truth is not one you can afford to ignore. You may have searched for answers in the past, through people, through fleeting pleasures, through your own strength. But today, I tell you plainly, the answer is here. I am here. You are never alone. Stay with me, my child, until the end of this message. Do not turn away, for I long to pour my truth into your heart. By the time we are done, you will understand what it means to live boldly, to walk confidently, and to rest in the knowledge that my presence within you changes everything. I'm not a distant God who demands perfection before drawing near. I am your Savior, your friend, your constant companion, and I have chosen to make my home in you. Have you ever felt a stirring in your spirit, a whisper of something greater? That is me, calling you to awaken to the life I have placed within you. Imagine for a moment the vastness of the universe, the stars I hung in the sky, the mountains I raised with a word, the oceans I set in motion. And yet, with all of that grandeur, I chose you. I chose to dwell in you, to be nearer to you than your own breath. This is not a small thing, my child. It is a truth that should shake the foundations of your fears and lift your soul to new heights. When the storms of life rage around you, when the voices of doubt try to pull you under, I am the unshakable anchor within you. When you feel weak, I am the strength that rises up. When you feel lost, I am the light that guides you home. My presence in you is not a reward for your goodness. It is a gift of my grace. You do not need to earn it, nor can you lose it. From the moment you came into being, I wove myself into your story. I'm not a God who stands apart, judging you from a distance. I am a God who enters in, who lives within, who walks with you through every valley and every mountaintop. Have you ever felt a peace you couldn't explain? A courage that seemed to come from nowhere? That was me, my child, alive in you, moving through you, reminding you that you are mine. This truth changes how you see your purpose. You're not here by accident. You're not a wanderer without a home. You are my beloved, and I have placed my spirit within you to guide you into the fullness of what I have planned. Your struggles are not meaningless. They're the canvas upon which I paint my redemption. Your life is not a burden to bear alone. It is a journey we walk together. I live in you, and that means your purpose is tied to me. Your strength is drawn from me, and your hope is rooted in me. My child, I know the world can be loud. It shouts at you with demands, with fears, with distractions. But I'm asking you to listen to me now. Tune out the noise and hear my voice. I'm not speaking to you as a stranger. I'm speaking as the one who knows you better than you know yourself. I am the one who formed you, who sees every hidden corner of your heart, and who loves you with an everlasting love. My presence within you is not a theory or a distant hope. It is a living reality. It is the heartbeat of your faith, the foundation of your peace, and the fire of your courage. So, my beloved child, do not turn away. Let this truth sink deep into your soul. I live in you, not as a guest, but as your very life. I am closer than your shadow, more constant than the rising sun, and more faithful than the tides. This is my eternal promise to you. I am with you, within you, forever. Let this awaken you. Let this reshape you. Let this fill you with the boldness to live as one who knows they are never alone. Stay with me, for there is more I long to share, more I long to give, and more I long for you to receive. I am here, my child, and I am yours. My beloved child, I see you. I see every tear that has streaked your face, every joy that has warmed your heart, and every moment of uncertainty that has left you trembling. I know the weight you carry, the fears you speak of to no one, the dreams you hold close, the pain you buried deep within. And I want you to hear this with every fiber of your being. You are never alone. I live in you, my child, closer than the air you draw into your lungs, more present than the thoughts that swirl in your mind. I am not a distant savior, watching from the heavens with cold indifference. I am within you, your constant companion, your unshakable anchor, your ever-present help in every storm. Have you ever felt lost, as though the world has turned its back on you? Have you wondered if anyone truly sees you, hears you, or cares about the battles you fight in silence? I do, my child. I see it all. Not a single tear falls without my notice. Not a single joy escapes my delight. Not a single fear goes unanswered by my love. And I am not merely watching. I am with you, dwelling in you, moving through you. My spirit fills your being, guiding you when the path is unclear, strengthening you when your strength fails, and loving you with a love that never wavers. This is not a promise I make lightly. From the moment I formed you, I chose to be inseparable from you. We are one. Every step you take, I am there. Every decision you face, I am with you, ready to pour my wisdom into your heart if you seek it. You may not always feel me. There are times when the noise of life drowns out my presence, but I am as close as your breath, as steady as your heartbeat, as unchanging as my word. I will never leave you, nor will I ever forsake you. This is my vow to you, sealed by my blood, written in the eternity of my love. Think of the storms you've faced, my child, the moments when the winds howled and the waves crashed, threatening to pull you under. Did you feel alone then? Did fear whisper that no one was there to save you? I was there, my child. I am the courage that rose within you, the peace that steadied your soul, the strength that kept you standing. I am not outside of you. Looking in, I am within you, intimately aware of every heartache, every triumph, every question that lingers in your spirit. When fear tries to paralyze you, I am the voice that says, "Take heart, for I am with you." When the weight of the world feels too much to bear, I am the power that lifts you up. You don't need to search far and wide for me, my child. You don't need to climb mountains or cross oceans to find my presence. I'm not a prize to be earned or a gift to be won through your efforts. I live in you because I chose you. My precious creation, my beloved one. You're not just seen, you are known. You're not just heard, you are understood. And you are never, ever alone. This truth should transform the way you walk through life. With me living in you, you have access to a strength that knows no limit, a peace that surpasses understanding, and a love that never fails. Have you ever stood in a crowd, yet felt utterly isolated? Have you ever smiled on the outside while your heart wept within? I know those moments, my child. I feel them with you. And in those times, I am not a bystander. I am your refuge. I am the whisper in your soul that says, I am here. I am the hand that holds you when you cannot hold yourself. My spirit within you is the light that pierces the darkness of loneliness, the warmth that melts the chill of despair, the assurance that you are never forsaken. Imagine a shepherd walking with his sheep through a treacherous valley. The sheep may not see the dangers lurking in the shadows, but the shepherd does. He stays close, guiding them, protecting them, ensuring they reach safe pasture. That is what I am to you, my child. I am your shepherd, and I live within you. No matter how dark the valley, no matter how steep the climb, I am there. You don't need to rely on your own strength to navigate this life. I am your strength. You don't need to carry your burdens alone. I am your burden bearer. You don't need to fear abandonment. I am your constant companion. My child, I know the world can be cruel. It can make you feel small, insignificant, unseen. But you're not small to me. You're not insignificant. You are mine, and I have placed my spirit within you as a mark of my love, the seal of my promise. When you feel weak, lean on me. When you feel lost, seek me. When you feel alone, remember this. I'm not a God who stands afar. I'm a God who dwells within. My presence is your anchor, your refuge, your home. So, my beloved child, let this truth sink deep into your heart. You are never alone, not in your darkest night, not in your deepest pain, not in your greatest fear. I live in you, and that changes everything. I am with you in the quiet moments, in the chaos, in the triumphs, and in the tears. My spirit is your guide, your strength, your peace. Trust in me, for I am nearer than you can imagine, and I will never leave your side. Stay with me, for there is more I long to reveal, more I long to give, and more I long for you to know. My beloved child, every beat of your heart is a testament to my presence within you. Do you feel it now? The steady rhythm, the constant thrum that keeps you alive, that is not merely life pulsing through your veins. It is me, living in you, loving you without limit or condition. You're not just alive by chance, my child. You are alive because my love sustains you, because I have poured myself into you, making you a vessel of my divine love. Every pulse, every breath, every moment you exist is a reflection of my unending affection for you. You are more than a recipient of my love. You are a carrier of it, uniquely crafted to share it with the world. Through you, my love flows like a river, touching lives, healing hearts, and bringing light to the darkest places. Every kind word you speak, every gentle act of compassion you offer, every time you reach out to someone in need, that is my love moving through you, my child. You may not always see it, but when your heart swells with joy at a small act of kindness, when you feel warmth in your soul from a moment of beauty, that is me alive in you, filling you to the brim with my presence. Have you ever doubted your capacity to love? Have you ever wondered if you are enough? If your heart can hold the weight of caring for others, or even for yourself? Let me tell you this, my child. You are more than enough. You are overflowing with my love, even when you don't realize it. My spirit within you is like an endless well, constantly filling your heart so that you can pour out to those around you. You don't need to muster love from your own strength. I am the source, and I live in you. When you feel empty, I replenish you. When you feel weak, I strengthen you. When you feel unworthy, I remind you that you are mine. My love is not just for your good days, my child. It is for your worst days too. Those moments when you feel broken, when the world tells you you're not enough, when your own heart questions your value. My love does not waver, does not weaken, does not depend on how you see yourself. It is constant, steadfast, unshakable. It is a love beyond comprehension, a love that flows through you even when you cannot feel it. Think of the sun, shining faithfully each morning, even when clouds obscure its light. My love is like that, always there, always burning brightly within you, even when the storms of life try to hide it. You are my treasure, my delight, my beloved. No matter what the world whispers in your ear, no matter the lies that say you're too small, too flawed, too weak, my love in you defines who you are. Stand in it, My child, let fill you until it spills over into every corner of your life. Let it pour out into a world that so desperately needs to know that I am alive in you. When you forgive someone who has hurt you, when you offer a hand to someone who has fallen, when you speak hope into someone's despair, you are not acting alone. That is my love flowing through you, making the world brighter, one heart at a time. Have you ever watched a child share a toy with a friend, or seen a stranger offer kindness to someone in need? In those moments, my love is at work, and you, my child, are part of that work. You are my hands, my voice, my heart in this world. I live in you, and through you, I touch those who are hurting, those who are lost, those who have forgotten what love feels like. You don't need to be perfect to carry my love. You only need to be willing. I will do the rest. My child, I know there are days when your heart feels heavy, when loving others, or even yourself, seems impossible, but my love within you never runs dry. It is an endless spring, a fountain that never ceases. When you feel like you have nothing left to give, turn to me. Let me fill you again. Let me remind you that you are not alone in this calling to love. I am with you, pouring my strength into your weakness, my peace into your chaos, my joy into your sorrow. Imagine a tree standing tall beside a stream, its roots drinking deeply from the water, its branches stretching out to offer shade and fruit to all who pass by. That is what you are, my child, a tree planted by my living water, sustained by my love, growing strong to bless others. Your roots are in me, and your branches bear the fruit of my spirit. Love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. This is not your doing, it is mine, working through you because I live in you. So, my beloved child, let this truth anchor your heart. You are not defined by your failures or your doubts. You are defined by my love, which lives in you and flows through you. When the world tries to tear you down, when your own thoughts try to convince you that you're not enough, stand firm in this. I am in you, and my love is your identity. Let it fill you until you cannot contain it. Let it spill out into every word you speak, every action you take, every life you touch. You are my vessel, my masterpiece, my beloved, and through you, my love will change the world. My beloved child, every breath you take is a gift from me. Stop for a moment. Inhale deeply right now. Feel the air filling your lungs, the life it brings to your body. That breath is more than a simple act of survival. It is evidence of my presence within you. I am the one who breathed life into you from the very beginning, and with every breath you take, I sustain you. I'm not a far-off God who set you in motion and then stepped away. I am alive in you, filling you with purpose, strength, and energy for the journey ahead. You often go through your days unaware of this miracle, my child. You breathe without thinking, moving from one task to the next, one worry to the next, one hope to the next. But I want you to pause now and realize something profound. My spirit is the breath within you. You don't just breathe to live. You breathe because I am your life. Each inhale carries my promise to sustain you, and each exhale releases your fears, your doubts, and your burdens into my care. I am as close as the air you draw in, as constant as the rhythm of your respiration. Have you ever felt drained, my child? Have you ever reached a point where you couldn't take another step, with the weight of life pressed down so hard you thought you might break? In those moments, I am there. I am your breath of life, the power that keeps you going when you feel you have nothing left. When you're weary, slow down and breathe. Reconnect with me. Each breath is a renewal, a reminder that I am within you, fueling your soul just as oxygen fuels your body. Think of this, my child. Without breath, your body would falter. Without me, your spirit would grow weary. But because I live in you, you have everything you need to keep moving forward. I am the source of your strength, the energy that pushes you past obstacles, the vitality that carries you when you're weak. Picture a runner, exhausted after a long race, gasping for air. With each breath, Their strength returns, their resolve hardens, and they press onto the finish line. That is what I do for you. I am the breath that restores you, the power that propels you, the life that lifts you up. When you feel overwhelmed, my child, remember this truth. I am with you in every breath. Inhale deeply and let my peace fill you. Exhale slowly and let your anxieties slip away into my hands. I'm not a distant helper. I am within you, closer than you can imagine. The world may tell you to push harder, to rely on your own strength. But I say to you, rest in me, breathe in my presence, and let me carry you through. Have you ever watched the wind move through the trees, bending their branches, rustling their leaves? You cannot see the wind, but you see its effects. That is what my spirit is like within you, my child. You may not always see me with your eyes, but you feel me in the quiet strength that rises when you need it most, in the peace that settles over you when chaos reigns, in the hope that flickers even in your darkest hour. I am the wind of life within you, moving, sustaining, renewing. My child, I know there are days when you feel like you're running on empty, when the demands of life drain you, when sorrow saps your energy, when fear steals your breath. But I'm here to remind you, you are not alone in your struggles. I am your life force, your sustainer, your ever-present help. With every breath, I fill you with what you need to face the day, whether it's courage to stand, wisdom to decide, or peace to rest. You don't need to manufacture these things on your own. I give them freely because I live in you. Imagine a lamp glowing in a dark room. It doesn't struggle to shine. It simply draws power from its source. You are that lamp, my child, and I am your source. With every breath, I pour my light into you, my strength, my love. When you feel like the darkness is closing in, breathe deeply and know that I am there, keeping your flame alive. You are not a body stumbling through life. You are a soul alive with my spirit, sustained by my breath, empowered by my presence. So, my beloved child, let every breath remind you of this truth. I am within you always. When the road ahead feels long, when your strength wanes, when your heart grows heavy, pause and breathe. Feel my presence filling you, restoring you, guiding you. I am your breath of life. And with me, you'll never falter. Trust in me, lean on me, and let my spirit carry you forward, one breath at a time. My beloved child, every breath you take is a gift from me, a sacred, living testament to my presence within you. Pause for a moment, right now, and breathe deeply. Feel the air rush into your lungs, cool and refreshing, filling you with life. That's not just the mechanical act of your body. It's me alive in you, sustaining you with every inhale, renewing you with every exhale. I'm not a distant creator who wound up the world like a clock and stepped away. No, I'm the breath of life within you, closer than the air you draw in, more constant than the rhythm of your chest rising and falling. From the moment I formed you, I breathed my spirit into your being, and with every breath you take, I remind you that you are mine. Had you ever stopped to marvel at this miracle, my child? In your busy days, you rush from one task to the next, work, family, worries, dreams, barely noticing the steady gift of breath that keeps you going. But I want you to see it now. Each breath is my voice whispering, I am here. Each inhale is my promise to sustain you. Each exhale, a chance to release your fears into my care. You don't just breathe to survive. You breathe because I am your life, filling you with purpose, strength, and energy for every step of your journey. Think about the moments when you felt utterly drained, my child. Maybe it was a day when the weight of responsibility crushed your spirit, bills piling up, deadlines looming, relationships straining under tension. Or perhaps it was a night when grief kept you awake, tears soaking your pillow as you wondered how to face tomorrow. I've seen you in those times, and I've been there closer than you knew, when you felt you couldn't take another step. I was the breath that steadied you, the quiet power that urged you forward. I am your source, your sustainer, your ever-present help when a world feels too heavy to bear. In today's world, my child, life moves fast. You're surrounded by screens that demand your attention, voices that shout for your time, pressures that pull you in every direction. It's easy to lose yourself in the chaos, to forget the simple truth that I am within you. But when you feel overwhelmed, when the news is bleak, when work exhausts you, when a future seems uncertain, I call you to slow down, breathe, feel my presence in that breath. Inhale my peace, exhale your anxiety. I am not a far-off God you must chase. I am as near as the air you breathe, ready to renew you if you'll only pause and turn to me. Picture a weary traveler crossing a desert, their throat parched, their steps faltering under the blazing sun. Suddenly, they find an oasis, a cool spring bubbling up from the sand. With each sip, their strength returns, their hope revives. That's what I am to you, my child. An endless spring within your soul. When you're tired, when you're running on empty, I am the breath that restores you. You don't need to rely on your own reserves, because I am your source. Just as oxygen fuels your body, my spirit fuels your heart, giving you what you need to press on. Whether it's courage to face a hard conversation, patience to endure a trial, or joy to lift your weary spirit. Have you ever watched a child blow bubbles, my child? They dip the wand into the soapy water, take a deep breath, and puff. The shimmering orb floats into the air, fragile yet beautiful. That's what your life can be with me. A fragile, beautiful thing sustained by my breath. The world may tell you to hustle harder, to prove your worth through endless effort. But I say, rest in me. Let my breath fill you. When you're too tired to keep going, when a diagnosis shakes you, when loss steals your energy, when stress knots your shoulders, breathe deeply and know I'm there. I'm the power that keeps you moving, the energy that pushes you past obstacles, the life that carries you when you're weak. In this modern age, my child, people chase after so many things to feel alive: success, pleasure, distraction. But true life isn't found out there. It's found in me, within you. Think of the air you breathe. You can't see it, but it's always there, keeping you alive. My spirit is like that, unseen yet vital, moving through you every moment. When you feel drained by culture that glorifies busyness, when you're tempted to measure your worth by what you achieve, come back to this truth. I am your breath of life. You don't need to earn my presence. I give it freely because I love you. So, my beloved child, let every breath be a reminder of me. We're stuck in traffic and frustration rises. Breathe and feel my calm. When you're facing a choice, big or small, and uncertainty grips you, breathe and seek my wisdom. When you're celebrating a victory or mourning a loss, breathe and know I'm with you in both. I am your life force, your sustainer, your constant companion. In a world that pulls you outward, I draw you inward to find me. Trust in me, lean on me, and let my breath carry you through every day, every trial, every triumph. I live in you, and with me, you will always have life, abundant, eternal, unshakable. My beloved child, I see the weight you carry, the burdens that bend your back, the sorrows that press on your heart, the struggles you face in silence. I know the ones you share with others, the worries you voice to a friend, the tears you shed in prayer, and the ones you lock away, too heavy to speak, too raw to show. Life can feel like a storm, my child, with winds that howl and waves that crash, threatening to pull you under. But listen to me now. You are not alone in this tempest. I live in you, your ever-present Savior, and I am here to carry your burdens, to lift you when you fall, to give you rest when a load grows too great. Have you ever felt the night stretch endless before you, my child? Maybe it was a season of loss, a loved one gone, a dream shattered, a hope buried. Or perhaps it was a day when the pressures piled up, bills you couldn't pay, a job that drained you, a family that needed more than you could give. I've seen you in those moments, and I've felt every ache with you. I'm not a distant observer, watching you struggle from the heavens. I'm within you, closer than your shadow, stronger than your pain. When you feel you can't go on, I am the strength that holds you up, the peace that steadies your soul, the love that whispers, I've got you. In this world today, my child, burdens come in many forms. You scroll through your phone and see a flood of bad news, wars, disasters, division. You walk through your life and face personal storms, sickness, betrayal, exhaustion. Sometimes it's the quiet burdens that cut deepest. The fear of not being enough, the guilt of past mistakes, the loneliness that creeps in despite a crowded room. But hear this, you were never meant to carry these alone. I didn't create you to crumble under the weight. I created you to lean on me. Come to me, all who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. That's my promise, my child, sealed with my life poured out for you. Imagine a parent watching their child struggle with a heavy load, a backpack stuffed with books, too big for their small frame. Would they stand by, or would they kneel down, take the weight, and carry it themselves? That's what I do for you, my child. I'm your father, dwelling in you, ready to lift what you cannot bear. There's no shame in feeling overwhelmed. Life is hard, and I know it. The world might tell you to tough it out, but I say, bring it to me. When you're too tired to fight, when a diagnosis looms, when a relationship fractures, when despair whispers it's over. I'm here, taking the load into my hands, hands that shape the universe, hands that bore the cross. My child, I turn your pain into something beautiful. Think of a potter with clay, cracked and broken. It seems useless, but in skilled hands, it becomes a vessel, strong and lovely. That's what I do with your struggles. When you feel buried by debt, by grief, by fear, I'm working beneath the surface, shaping redemption from your trials. In today's fast-moving world, people hide their pain, plastering smiles over cracks. But you don't need to pretend with me. I live in you to bear your burdens with you, to heal what's broken, to give you hope when all seems lost. Have you ever watched a storm pass, my child? The sky clears, the air grows still, and the sun breaks through. That's what my presence does for you. When the weight feels crushing, when a child's illness keeps you up, when a job loss shakes your security, when anxiety grips your mind, turn to me, breathe and say, Jesus, you're with me. Take this. I'll lift it, not because you've earned it, but because I love you. My strength is perfect in your weakness, and through me, you'll rise, not just to survive, but to shine. So, my beloved child, let me carry your burdens. In a culture that praises self-reliance, I offer you dependence on me, true freedom. When life overwhelms, don't cling to the load. Release it. I'm within you, your refuge, your rest. Trust me with your worries, big and small, and watch me weave them into a story of grace. You're not alone, not now, not ever. I live in you, and I'll carry you through every storm, turning your mourning into joy, your heaviness into peace. My beloved child, I see the moments when your path grows dim, when the road ahead twists into shadows, and you wonder which way to turn. Life is a maze of choices, my child, and I know the questions that echo in your heart. Am I doing the right thing? Will this work out? What if I fail? In those times of uncertainty, when doubt clouds your vision and fear dims your hope, hear this. I am your light and your guide, living within you, shining through the fog, leading you step by step with my wisdom and love. When you feel lost, my child, don't panic. Pause and listen. My voice isn't a thunderclap that shakes the earth. It's a gentle whisper in your soul, calm and sure, pointing you toward truth. You may not see the whole journey, but I do. I know every bend, every hill, every valley you'll cross. And because I dwell in you, you can trust me to guide you. Have you ever felt a quiet nudge, a sudden clarity, a peace about a decision? That was me, my child, lighting your way, steering you with a hand he couldn't see but could feel. Think of a lighthouse on a stormy coast, its beams slicing through the night, guiding ships to safety. That's what I am to you, my child. Today's world is full of storms, confusion over what's right, pressure to keep up, fear of the unknown. You might face a choice, stay in a job or leave, forgive or hold a grudge. Step out in faith or stay safe. And the options swirl like fog. But I'm within you, the steady light, cutting through the haze. I don't promise a life without questions. I promise a life with me, your constant guide, illuminating what's next even when the full path stays hidden. Have you ever stood at a crossroads, my child? Maybe it was a big moment, choosing a career, moving to a new place, starting a family, or a small one, like how to respond to a hurtful word. Doubt can paralyze you, whispering, "You'll mess up." But doubt isn't your foe. It's a door to me. When the answers elude you, when the news overwhelms, when relationships tangle, when your future feels shaky, seek me. My wisdom lives in you, a still voice bringing peace to chaos, clarity to confusion, courage to hesitation. I'm the truth that quiets fear's lies, the light that banishes doubt's darkness. In modern life, my child, you're bombarded with voices, ads telling you what to want, influencers shaping how to think, trends pushing you to conform. It's easy to lose your way, to chase what glitters instead of what's true. But I'm your compass. I've guided you before. Remember when a tough choice worked out, when a risk paid off, when a quiet hunch proved right. That wasn't luck. That was me, aligning your steps. Like a shepherd with his flock, I lead you through today's valleys, technology's noise, society's rush, back to my peace. Picture a hiker lost in a dense wood, the trail swallowed by mist. Suddenly, a lantern glows, showing the path. That's me, my child, within you, piercing life's murk. You don't need to fear mistakes. I'll redirect you. When you've stumbled, taken a job that drained you, trusted someone who betrayed you, I brought you back. My spirit is your root, grounding you when the ground shifts. In a world obsessed with control, I offer trust. Lean on me, and I'll make your way clear. So, my beloved child, when a path blurs, when a diagnosis clouds your future, when a decision looms, when life's noise deafens, turn inward. Breathe and say, "Jesus, guide me." I'm your light, your lighthouse, your certainty. With me, you'll walk boldly, not because you see it all, but because I do. Trust me, and let my presence shine, leading you through every shadow to my purpose. My beloved child, if there's one truth I want etched in your heart, it's this. My love for you is eternal, living within you, unwavering through every season. It doesn't flicker with your failures, fade with time, or hinge on your strength. I chose to dwell in you so my love could be your anchor, your fire, your reason to rise. You've known love that faltered, friends who drifted, promises that broke, moments that stung. But mine is different. It's unshakable, endless, alive in you, empowering you to live boldly, fully, fearlessly. I didn't place my spirit in you to shrink back, my child. I gave you the same power that raised me from death. A power for now, not just eternity. Living boldly doesn't mean a life without storms. It means facing them with me, knowing no wind can topple the God within you. Today, you're pulled to play small. Social media compares you. Work demands perfection. Fear whispers you're not enough. But I say, rise up. My love ignites courage to speak truth, strength to stand after falls, purpose to chase what I've called you to. Have you ever stumbled, my child? A job lost, a relationship shattered, a dream deferred, times when you wondered if you'd recover. I've seen you there, and I'm your resilience. Like a tree, bending in a gale, but not breaking. I'm your root, lifting you stronger each time. In this world, failure stings, cancel culture judges, setback shame. But I say, rise again. My love is your foundation, my spirit your power. When you've fallen, missed a goal, hurt someone, doubted yourself, I've lifted you because I live in you. Think of today's heroes, my child, whistleblowers risking all, parents sacrificing for kids, friends standing by in crisis. Their strength echoes mine in you. My love fuels forgiveness when resentment tempts, grace when anger flares, hope when despair knocks. In a culture of division, politics polarizing, screens isolating, my love through you heals. You're my light, shining in small acts, a kind word at work, a meal for a neighbor, a prayer for an enemy, changing lives because I'm alive in you. Picture a lion, my child, fearless in its stride. That's you with me, bold, not timid. The world pushes conformity, but I call you to purpose. Start that project, mend that rift, share my truth. Fear will whisper, you can't, when you face rejection, when bills loom, when illness strikes. But my voice says, you can, because I'm with you. My love is your shield, my peace your calm, my power your roar. In a time of anxiety, global unrest, personal trials, I'm your courage, urging you forward. So, my beloved child, live boldly in my love. When life tempts you to hide, when criticism bites, when doubt creeps, when weariness drags, stand tall. Say, Jesus loves me, and He's in me. Let my presence spark a fire to love fiercely, give freely, pursue my call unashamed. You're not defined by stumbles, but by my eternal embrace. In a world needing hope, reflect me, bold, unbroken, alive. Trust me, lean on me, and let my love shine through you, now and always. My beloved child, I see the weight you carry. I see the burdens pressing down on your shoulders, the ones you share with others, and the ones you hide in the secret places of your heart. Life can feel heavy, overwhelming, even unbearable at times. The nights stretch long, the pain cuts deep, and the struggles seem endless. But hear me now, my child, you are not carrying these burdens alone. I live in you, your constant companion, your loving Father, and I will never let you fall. I am here, within you, bearing your load, turning your sorrow into hope, and shaping your pain into something beautiful. When the darkness feels relentless, when the tears fall unchecked, when you wonder if you can take another step, I want you to remember this. I am with you. I'm not a God who watches your suffering from afar. I'm a God who enters into it, who dwells within you, who carries you when you cannot carry yourself. My strength is your strength. My peace is your refuge. My love is your rest. Those moments when you feel at your weakest, when a world seems to crumble around you, that is when I am closest, lifting you up with hands that form the stars, holding you steady with a love that calms the fiercest storms. My child, the burdens you carry were never meant to crush you. I did not design you to walk this life alone, bent beneath a load too heavy for your shoulders. I invite you to lean on me, to surrender your struggles into my care. Come to me, all who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. This is my promise to you, sealed in my blood, proven on the cross. When you feel overwhelmed, when a weight threatens to break you, pause and breathe. Feel my presence within you. Say to yourself, I am not alone. My Savior is with me, and He is my strength. Then let go of the load you were never meant to bear, and let me carry it with you. Imagine a child struggling to lift a heavy stone, their small hands trembling under the effort. Would a loving parent stand by and watch, or would they step in, gently saying, let me help you. That is what I do for you, my child. I am your Father, and I live within you, ready to take the weight from your hands. There's no shame in feeling overwhelmed, no failure in admitting you need me. I don't dwell in you to judge your weakness. I dwell in you to be your strength. My power is made perfect in your frailty, and through me, you will overcome. Have you ever felt the sting of despair, my child? Have you ever thought the pain would never end, that the light would never return? I know those moments. I feel them with you. And in those times, I am not silent. I am whispering, hold on, my child. I am here. I am working, even when you cannot see it, weaving a tapestry of grace from the threads of your trials. Your pain is not the end of your story. It is the beginning of my redemption. I live in you to bear your burdens with you, to transform your tears into testimonies, to lead you from the valley to the mountaintop. My child, I see the hidden struggles, the ones you don't speak of, the ones you carry in silence, the fears that wake you in the night, the regrets that haunt your thoughts, the wounds that time has not healed. You don't need to hide them from me. I know them all, and I am here to heal them. My spirit within you is a balm for your soul, a light for your darkness, a peace for your chaos. When the weight feels too much, turn to me. Lay your burdens at my feet, and let me lift them. I am strong enough to carry them all. Your sorrow, your shame, your exhaustion, and I am tender enough to hold you close as I do. Picture this, my child, a shepherd carrying a lamb too weak to walk, cradling it against his chest, bringing it safely home. That's what I'm doing for you. When you cannot go on, I pick you up. When you stumble, I steady you. When you fall, I lift you. My presence within you is your assurance that no burden is too heavy, no pain too deep, no night too dark. I am your rest, your refuge, your redeemer. With me, you will not only survive, you will thrive. So, my beloved child, let this truth be your anchor. I live in you, and I carry your burdens. When life presses down, when hope feels distant, when strength fails, look to me. I am not a distant helper. I am within you, closer than your next breath, stronger than your greatest fear. Let me take your load. Let me give you rest. Let me fill you with a peace that defies understanding. This is my promise, my gift, my love poured out for you. You are mine, and I will never let you go. Rest in me, trust in me, and watch as I turn your burdens into blessings, your pain into purpose, your tears into triumph. I am with you, forever and always. My beloved child, I see the moments when a path ahead seems unclear. Life is a winding road, full of twists and turns. And I know you often ask, what should I do? Which way should I go? In those times of uncertainty, when doubt clouds your mind and fear dims your hope, I want you to hear this. I am the light within you, illuminating your way forward. You don't need to navigate this journey alone. My spirit lives in you, guiding your steps, offering wisdom for every decision, and shining brightly even in the thickest fog. When you feel lost, my child, pause and listen. My voice is not a shout that drowns out the world. It is a gentle whisper in your heart, steady and true, directing you toward what is good and right. You may not see the full path ahead, but I see it all. I know every step, every turn, every valley, and every peak. And because I live in you, you can trust that I will lead you where you need to be. Have you ever felt a nudge in your spirit, a quiet assurance that came when you needed it most? That was me, guiding you, lighting your way. Think of a lighthouse, my child, standing firm on a rocky shore. Its beam cuts through the night, guiding ships safely home, even when the waves crash and the winds howl. That is what I am for you. No matter how dense the fog of life becomes, no matter how uncertain the future seems, my presence within you is your light. I don't promise you a life without questions or challenges. I promise you a life with me, your constant guide, your unshakable compass. You don't need to have all the answers because I do. Have you ever faced a choice that left you paralyzed, unsure of which path to take? Have you wondered if you're on the right road, or feared what might happen if you fail? My child, doubt is not your enemy. It is an invitation to seek me. When the questions feel too big, when the shadows of uncertainty creep in, turn to me. My wisdom is alive within you, a still, small voice speaking peace into your chaos, clarity into your confusion, certainty into your hesitation. I am the truth that silences the lies of fear, the light that banishes the darkness of doubt. You may recall times, my child, when a way forward seemed impossible, yet somehow everything fell into place. A door opened, a burden lifted, a solution appeared. That was not chance. That was me, working within you, aligning circumstances for your good. I don't lead you to stumble blindly. I lead you with purpose, with care, with love. Imagine a traveler lost in a storm, unable to see the road ahead. Suddenly, a light breaks through, showing the way. That light is me, my child, piercing the mist, guiding you home. My guidance is not a burden, my child. You don't need to strive for perfection or fear making a wrong turn. Even when you stumble, I am there to redirect you. My spirit within you is like the roots of a tree, unseen, yet vital, grounding you when the surface feels unstable. Trust in me, and I will make your path straight. When the world pressures you to figure all out, rest in this. I am your guide. I live in you, and I will never abandon you in your uncertainty. So, my beloved child, when the road ahead feels unclear, don't let fear take hold. Seek me in the quiet of your heart. Listen for my voice, steady and unwavering. I am your lighthouse, your compass, your light. With me, you can walk boldly, knowing that no shadow can extinguish my presence within you. Lean on me, trust in me, and let my light show you the way, one step at a time. My beloved child, if there's one truth I want you to carry every day, it is this. My love for you is eternal, and it lives within you. It doesn't waver with your circumstances. It doesn't fade with time. It doesn't depend on your performance. I chose to dwell in you so that my love would be your strength, your confidence, your guide. You may have known love that failed, promises that broke, people who walked away, but my love is unshakable, unbreakable, everlasting. It fills you, overflows from you, and empowers you to live boldly. I live in you not so you can shrink back in fear or doubt, but so you can rise up with courage and purpose. My spirit within you is the same power that raised me from the grave, a power that is yours, here and now. Living boldly doesn't mean you'll never face challenges. It means knowing that no challenge is greater than the God who dwells in you. It means stepping into your calling, even when it feels uncertain, because you trust that I am with you, guiding every step. My child, I see your resilience. I see the times you've fallen and wondered if you could rise again. I am your strength, lifting you up, making you whole. Like a seed breaking through the soil, I push you toward the light, stronger each time you rise. My love is your shield, my peace your anchor, my courage your fire. So stand tall, speak with boldness, love without fear, and move forward knowing I am within you. You are my beloved, and with me, you can live fully, reflecting my glory to a world that needs it. Connection to modern life and advice. This story of Jesus living within us speaks powerfully to our lives today. In a world filled with uncertainty, be it personal struggles, societal pressures, or global challenges, we often feel alone, burdened, or lost. Yet, Jesus reminds us that He is closer than our breath, carrying our loads and lighting our way. His presence offers peace when anxiety looms, strength when we falter, and love when we feel unworthy. In our fast-paced, distracted lives, we could forget this truth, chasing answers outside ourselves when the answer dwells within. My advice is simple yet transformative. Pause each day to breathe and connect with Him. When burdens pile up, surrender them instead of striving alone. When decisions loom, trust His whisper over the world's noise. Live boldly, knowing you're never forsaken. Let His love flow through you to others, through kindness, forgiveness, and hope, making a difference in a hurting world. You are not defined by your struggles, but by His presence. Embrace this, and you'll find strength for today and courage for tomorrow. If this message has blessed you, hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you won't miss powerful, life-giving words from the Lord. Together, we'll walk in faith and live fully in the embrace of God's unfailing love. Amen.